Let me share some info with you. I want to move to California, but being a Canadian, doing that is incredibly tricky, unless you're an American watching me and you want to marry me. I'm not that picky, I just want to touch your naughty bits. I've been feeling really lost and listless here recently. When I was younger, I thought that people in their 20s had everything figured out, don't laugh, and I especially thought that people in their 30s had everything figured out and knew how to get it. I had the realization here recently that nobody knows what's going on, and we're all too scared to tell anybody about it. We are grasping life so precariously from our fingertips that we are just a light breeze away from losing all control. So you can imagine how I felt when minor tropical storm Sandy ended up being kind of a bitch. I was in New York about a week and a half ago, and there were reports coming in about a possible impending storm, but I didn't really think much of it. How could I when there was random mariachi bands coming into my subway car? Now seeing the destruction, I am so glad I am out of there. Don't get me wrong, I am torn up by the people who have lost their homes, have been without power for a few days, and all that stuff. But I'm so glad I don't have to experience that. But it's not me being an asshole. I mean, I'm also appreciative of the fact that I don't live in a hut in Africa, afraid that I'm about to be attacked by some huge AIDS lion and kill me with its teeth and claws and AIDS. That is so awesome that I don't have to experience that. But seriously, if you can donate to the Red Cross, do that. There's going to be a link down in the description. I will say that the hurricane in New York is going to be a worthwhile excuse for at least the next few months. It's kind of that catch-all excuse that people will be too polite to challenge. Late for work? Goddamn Sandy. Am I right? Mild cough? Sorry, Hurricane Sandy. You know. You gave me chlamydia? It was Sandy. Whore. What with her wanton destruction and wind and rain and menacing clouds. I saw Cloud Atlas this week and I'm quite conflicted. There's so much going on in that film. On the one hand, it is beautiful and it affirms that very human idea that everything has a purpose. On the other hand, it falls into that human trope that everything has a purpose. It's beautiful and ugly, it's life-affirming and pretentious. It has some of the best makeup I've ever seen in film, and it has some of the most atrocious makeup I have ever seen on film. Even if you don't go and see the movie, you should buy the soundtrack. The music is phenomenal. It's just at the end of the day, I'm conflicted. Much like the residents of the United States, segue much, who are going to the polls today to pick their next president of the United States. Well, not on the day I'm filming this, but, you know, video magic. It seems like the candidates are like hurricanes. Everything is their fault. Don't have a job? Ugh, Obama. Not in that binder full of women? Romney. You gave me chlamydia? Sorry, it was this really weird three-way. Karl Rove came in and took pictures. It was all very weird. I had to shower with steel wool after. I used to think that people older than me had everything figured out. They don't. Even the candidates don't have a clue. We have ideas and good intentions, but all we can really hope for is to grab hold of the grass and hope that we're not flung off of this huge space rock we call Earth. And I guess I have to feel okay about that. I don't, but I'm supposed to. Sometimes we are completely lost, only to discover that we have arrived at our destination without us even realizing it. And sometimes we have to get off our ass and drive to where we want to go. Wish me luck. I'm gonna need it. I was in New York. Wow. I'm just going through puberty, kids. Oh, would you like fries with that? I was in New York a week and a half ago. Gave me chlamydia? My voice went really high. You gave me chlamydia. You gave me chlamydia.